All right. Welcome to episode 4 of Urbn Desi's podcast. One of the goals of Urbn Desi, in addition to pushing Desi-inspired streetwear, is to celebrate the successes of the community around us. So today I'm here with my friends Kunj, Suvin. How are you guys?
Doing alright.
How was everyone's weekend? Yo, I'm gonna 100% apologize in advance for the energy of this podcast. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, it has been a long weekend. As you both
Suvin lost the remaining brain cells that he had.
Yeah.
Kunj got jumped by Tekashi's followers.
that was an interesting thing, bro.
What?
Yeah, man. They were just yelling 6ix9ine as they were like standing
Yo,
Yo, ruthless, man.
They were straight up yelling the lyrics to Gummo as they beat you. I was very impressed.
What's that? The lyric, like they were like something, you know, like the from
Blicky
TP?
Stiffy.
No. Well, that too, but also they were yelling the drip drip.
Scum gang.
Oh yeah.
Pussy got that drip drip.
Yo.
Scum gang.
I say, hey, I like this song though.
Treyway. Speaking of Treyway,
he's actually the manager.
So we found out today Treyway is actually Tekashi's manager.
So
and no. So I think it has affiliations.
First of all, I just like to say, so we watched this. Are we gonna get to this later?
Yeah, no, I think let's open with that.
All right, let's open.
Let's open with that.
So yeah,
I hate to make the narrative that this podcast is only about Tekashi.
Yeah.
But I feel like he is a predominant part of
But also maybe you should say that, right? We're not really highlighting anyone today, but it's just we're just talking hip hop culture.
Yeah, always,
facts,
yeah.
Just facts.
Yeah. So Tekashi's interview with Angie, we've all seen it, right? I know you got through halfway through, right?
I'm at
we saw it this morning.
20-minute mark.
Yo, he looks like a superstar.
Yep.
He looks and sounds like a superstar.
Yeah.
He's a good talker.
I don't know if...
I don't think, it's definitely his label, giving him some sort of, media training to get him to that.
No, but that's what I'm saying, right? So this song... this is the conversation that we were having before, right? About, because, right, if you recall, a few podcasts ago, I was saying, he's done artists, right? And I hadn't really gone through his catalog. I hadn't even, really...
You know what's crazy, though?
Listen to him talking. And it's crazy... What?
He addresses that he's not a... Oh, I don't think you saw the end of the interview.
No, I didn't.
He literally says, I don't want anybody to call me a rapper. I'm not an artist.
Okay.
He's like, if you asked me to freestyle right now, it'd be stupid, right? He's like, I am a rock star. Which he... Realistically, he is.
Realistically,
He's a rock star, right? He's like, I don't... And...
I'll be honest though, I think that whole idea, right, of the... I mean, number one, that's been going on for a while, right? The whole idea of, rappers wanting to be rock stars, or they got into it because of rock. Really.
Yeah.
Uzi does that a lot.
No, and that's what he said. He said,
I think Travis is, my favorite one.
Yeah, and he said it. He's like, I grew up listening to rock, not rap,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
They asked him to name, 3 Nas songs, right? And he couldn't, right?
Also, very interesting upbringing and, crazy stories from his...
Oh, yeah, no, the story about his dad was insane.
Travis?
No, Tekashi's.
Oh, yeah, I got to that point.
Yeah, where his dad was basically
his dad
shot
just asked him,
right in front of him, essentially.
Yeah. Well, no, So his dad asked him, come with me to the supermarket, and then he was like, nah, I think he was 12 or 13, I'm not trying to go, and
that wasn't his biological dad, though.
Okay.
Oh, really? But, the point, there's a couple things that I want to highlight from this, right? Is that, first, he completely changed the narrative around him right now.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's go through this. He turned that Breakfast Club interview that he did with Charlamagne a couple months ago, right? Where they basically shot on him, right? And he spun it so the way, and not spin, in a good way, right? You feel sympathy for him. Yeah. He's like, because you realize, he frames the narrative, and it's not even a narrative. It is essentially the truth. This is a kid who's, 19, right?
Oh, is he that young?
He's young.
Nah, he's like 22.
Now he's 22, but at the time that the
17.
Yeah, at the time that the occurrence, the whatever charge that he caught, right? He was 17 at the time, right? So the way he frames the narrative, he's a kid who grew up basically without a father, right? The man of the household was his older brother at 15, and then he fucked up, But the point being is his team is good.
No, very good. His management.
His management is good.
They made him, they came in, they're like, hey, spit out your gum right now.
Yeah, no, I thought, that's how you could tell it's a good management, because small little things like that. Tekashi was doing the interview, 20 minutes in, Treyway comes in, he asks for the piece of gum, right? And Tekashi didn't even blink. He's like, word. right? But it completely changed the narrative, and the way that Angie handled that interview was really good as well. Like, she was obviously amazing.
I mean, she's good, very good.
She's always she's always amazing.
I mean, she was trying to press into certain things, and you can tell. And then he kind of had to be a little, just choosing with his words, not say too much.
No, I kind of like that though. Like, she didn't let him off scot-free without asking.
Because and then she also told him at the end though, like, I'll turn off the cameras.
But she didn't put him in any like really difficult. You know what I mean? Which was good. But I'm just like, like, Tekashi is coming. Like, he's already arrived, right?
I'll be honest. I'll be 100% honest. So, number one, this is like as a doubter. A few weeks ago, I was talking dirt on his name. Not really, but, I was... But, his whole aesthetic this time around, dude. Just like that, the live life or whatever, New York.
Something like
dude,
that, yeah.
Everything. Just his whole aesthetic. I think he was dressed very well.
He looks polished.
Yeah.
And
even his hair, dude. I really like the haircut, too.
His hair is kind of...
You could tell that, like, he doesn't really care what people think, right?
Yeah.
But this time he came off so much more polished. Did you catch the story in the beginning of... Because he couldn't make it up to Angie last time, what he did?
No.
I thought that was super professional. So he was, I guess, supposed to do this interview last week, right? And he couldn't make it because of, I guess, the robbery. So he sent Angie a video message from the hospital saying, like, yo, I can't make it, right? And I was like, damn, like, that's, like, the narrative about this kid is he's, like, super wild, uncontrollable, right? But that's not the action of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
This is what we're talking about, too, bro. I'm thinking 100% this song that just dropped maybe is going to change his life completely. No. He now he's in a gear towards that. All right, now I understand that this is a functional like business.
No, and I think he's moving towards that too, right? Because you heard his conversation, right? He even said it. He's like, I started off with 100 people around me, that 100 that I thought were my friends, right? But you see this with when anybody rises to fame, right? That, like, keeping your whole, like, neighborhood behind you mentality, it has to go away. Because most of those people are just trying to grab at you for money, right? Or grab at you for this, because they need you.
Yeah.
You are the thing that's feeding the entire system. But he even said it. He's like, I've now cut it down to, like, 2 people, right? And he's aware, right? He said the robbery was an inside job. He 100% alluded to that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was like, listen... He's been.
No, he said that. He said now, like everywhere you look.
Yeah.
But see that's what I liked, right? So it's the idea of the Kardashian thing too. You kind of undervalue the skill of being able to be seen anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the Jay-Z thing. Like in 7 seconds, you're gonna see me again.
And he said that. He's like, I show up on your Instagram Discover feed. Every single time, no matter what. Which is true.
Even the Kardashians, every single day.
That's true.
They will be there. What's her name? Demi Lavado.
The model. Yeah. Also
every day, there, bro.
But my point being, the kid, like, he's smart now. Like, he said he understood that his team basically betrayed him. Because he even said, he's all like, I've been threatening people from Chicago, from Florida, from Cali, every single gang member, every single set. And to his credit, nobody's touched him. Nobody's even gotten close, right? His team is good. So if all those people who are plotting against him couldn't do it, why is some random robbery different? And he even said it. Nobody knows where I live.
Doesn't he shout out his address hella times though?
No. He shouts out his old neighborhood. He doesn't live there anymore. He actually lives somewhere in Brooklyn. Like, he gave away that much, right? But nobody knows where in Brooklyn, right? He's like, the only people that know are his team. He's like, when he leaves like it's Secret Service. Because here's the thing. They're not stupid, right? His label is not stupid. He's not stupid, right? They understand the threat that he brings to himself, right? And because of that, you think the label's going to give away their biggest asset? They're going to pay for that security. It doesn't matter. Like,
hold on, what label's he on?
That is a good question. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Wait, does he even have a label?
Yeah. He's definitely signed to something. He's not getting these huge, like, media, like, pushes without some sort of label.
Yeah, 22.
Huh?
22.
He's 22. Does he not have a label?
I'm not sure if he does.
But, like, regardless, his team, whoever's managing him, isn't going to let him get touched, right?
Yeah.
So for random, quote-unquote, like, robbers to, like, come and get him, like, that's improbable, right?
Yeah, probably.
And he even said it. He's all like, they were out to kill me at that point, right? Like, they have the chain, like, there's nothing else. And we said that last podcast, right? We were like, it sounded sus. Like, they were definitely going to go kill him. No label connect?
I don't know.
Even the old...
Yeah, you guys keep talking.
The whole O Block stunt, like that was all like planned too.
What do you mean?
They did
Yeah,
it at,
yeah.
like 5 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Like his
There
team.
was a video. It was like right outside the gate.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
Like that,
He's
yeah.
not stupid. Like his team is not
Yeah.
stupid.
Okay, so he signed to Universal.
He signed to Universal. Okay, yeah. So he signed one of the biggest labels
think,
around.
Caroline Distribution.
Yeah, but like that's just the distribution company.
But yeah,
but
so the parent company is Universal.
essentially Universal. So yeah, his label's not gonna like, you know what I mean? They're smart. He is a money making machine, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of, he even said it without
he's also marketing genius.
without radio play,
Yeah.
without support from the old guards of
Yeah.
music, he's still killing it
Yeah.
out here. Damn, like that interview got me shook. I was like, damn, we are looking at the like, I don't remember the last time you were able to predict somebody's rise like that. Like I think the last person like you could really say that about was like, I can't even tell, like the last person who did it based purely off of singles, purely off of just hype.
Yeah.
And like rose to that. Like I'm really trying to think. Like I wouldn't say Drake's because Drake had bodies of work before he really popped.
Before like Take Care, for example.
Yeah, before.
Although Thank Me Later is probably his first like big one. Like.
Yeah, but even that, like people were.
That's
some people were still.
Hold on, this is another. We're
Yeah.
gonna come back to this.
Yeah. Some people were still.
That's a big question.
Yeah. Some people were still late to that,
Yeah.
right? In terms of that, but I think this is the first time, like at least since I've been like listening. I think like 50 Cent, like which was kind of earlier in our time. He
Yeah.
was the also like meteoric like ascension, right?
Yeah.
With huge singles like in the club, and then, but to 50's credit, he had a classic album,
Yeah.
right? Which as of now Tekashi doesn't have,
He doesn't
but
have album, no.
but he's also like. FEFE might be it.
That's what I'm
FEFE
saying.
might be it.
This is what changes it.
Yeah. Because even before 50 had In the Club, he had a bunch of street records.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, hood, like, records that weren't going to play on radio.
Yeah.
FEFE is the... And same thing with Tekashi. Tekashi has a bunch that got him popping,
Yeah.
right? But those... Hell no, they're not playing on radio,
Yeah.
right? But FEFE, playing on radio.
Yeah,
it is
for sure.
it is a verifiable radio smash. But I want to get off that because I feel like...
But number one, it was the recruitment of Murder Beats and then getting that Nicki feature.
Oh, the Nicki feature was...
100% I feel like that Murder Beats, the beat, it sounded just like it was like made for Travis. Number one, Travis and Murder Beats they made a lot of singles together, like Butterfly Effect.
See,
but like the synths off that,
I would 100% agree with you, but there's no way Trav was letting that beat go. Because that beat is hard.
it is hard.
That beat is hard.
So maybe, I think, I don't know if he showed it to Travis, but I feel like it was made with Travis.
Maybe.
Just because the synths are so similar,
like,
and I know that, bro.
You know that this was planned from the label, right? Like,
Yeah.
like no matter, like...
Bro, I'm trying to get, a little bit more into like
Yeah.
the nitty gritty of the production.
Yeah.
But the way that they put the filter over the kicks, over the synths, it's a beautiful thing, man. That Murder Beats knows how to make that just vibe perfectly.
It is vibing.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's
that song is killer. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Tekashi was killing it.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Since you brought it up, right? Something that I wanted to talk about, I thought about earlier in the week. I forgot what I was listening to. I was listening to Charlamagne's podcast, right?
Yeah.
And he had Rap Radar's, Elliot Wilson and
Okay.
B-Rock up there. And they slowly discussed it, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth. In your guys' opinion, who has the better overall, like, run in terms of Drake or Kanye?
Kanye.
You're basing it off of albums.
Exactly. I am. Okay. All right.
No, I'm saying singles. Like song for song. I'm saying song for song, right?
Okay.
Who has the best catalog
All right. So
of songs that you could play right now?
right now, I think you're underestimating from.
I'm not underestimating. I didn't even say which one I'm picking with. I'm letting
but
out.
like late registration to 808s and Heartbreaks. That's like a bunch of singles there. Graduation, like literally almost all those songs.
But I'm trying to think of like right now, if we went to
Yeah.
any random party or any club, right? Who is the most often played?
Of course, they'll
historically?
play Drake.
Drake.
But also
his-
Kanye's not making that type of music.
His
right now.
audience is like...
No, but
wide.
but we're taking the whole catalog. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about right now.
Okay,
right?
okay.
I feel like I could still play. I have played old Drake at
Yeah.
parties or whatever, right? And it still plays,
Of course.
right? Like I can.
But at the same time, you could also play a bunch of late registration, a bunch of graduation, and even like.
But I think it's a certain crowd that will only appreciate that.
Nah, dude. I think they're.
Could I play a Kanye song right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like outside of like the songs that like we enjoy, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, like I really enjoy the song Homecoming, right?
Yeah.
Like I would play that anyway.
I think a good amount of people really. I think
But-
dude. I honestly, graduation and like 50, bro.
Huh?
Like, it was just Kanye and 50 being played at the time.
Yeah, no, yeah.
2007.
Yeah, that run. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when they had their beef or whatever, right? Who was the hottest? But I'm saying like, I feel like I could play any Drake single and it still kills. It still smashes, right? Like I was looking through like the like title playlist, right, of Drake, right, and I forgot. I had to go through and realize all the things like Drake's even featured on, right? All the DJ Khaled ones Drake's featured on, right? All the Lil Wayne's that Drake's featured on.
His
right?
audience is just bigger.
But also,
that's what I'm saying.
That's also another thing. But also, see, this is hard because Kanye also has a lot of remixes, man, that are just like that Lollipop remix. Like around that time. Around that time period.
See, in between, no, but that opens up a whole new like bag of worms because Drake has a lot of like unreleased, like you can't find it on Tidal and Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Like the stuff that like comebacks, like all the comeback seasons, right? Like the mixtape days, like Drake still had it. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like it's all right. Final verdict. You're going Kanye.
I'll go Kanye, but like at the same time, I understand that Drake definitely has, I think, greater appeal. I think he also caters his music to the fact that he knows that it can be played in multiple venues with different people.
To answer your question, Drake, but I think Kanye's better overall.
Oh yeah, but that's not the discussion. That's a whole different.
But Drake.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going Drake on that.
Okay.
I just think like from like a just like, but see, like mass consumption playlist.
Of course, yeah.
Damn, what else we have to get into? What else happened this week? Mellow went to the Rockets. Officially, unofficially?
Wait, officially?
They didn't sign it, but
nah.
It's basically done.
It's basically done.
We're just waiting on the paperwork.
Yeah.
Just like most rappers.
Well, he's already talking wild though.
Huh?
He's already talking wild. Like,
What
I'm not
he
gonna come off the bench. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I mean, why would he, right?
At the same time, bro, just play, man. Just play, like.
But that's the thing, like. It's sad to see that, right? Like I understand like where he's coming from, right? You've been a max player your whole life, right?
That's fine, but if you're shooting, you're coming off a season with your career worst shooting percentage.
No, yeah,
and your whole game is predicated around like that
scoring,
mid-range game and just scoring and just high volume shots. You got to make them though. That simple.
I feel like his role changed last year. That's why he.
I mean,
it's just too crowded.
It doesn't matter, like, because his role historically has been primary ball handler, right?
Exactly,
scorer, right? He's even if he's a primary ball handler and scorer on any team right now, they're not making it into the playoffs.
Yo, there's a meme. There's an old meme. When I think it was Mike Woodson when he was coaching the Knicks, and it would be like, all right, what are the plays, right? And it was just like a pie chart. And it's like Mellow, ISO, Mellow, bully ball, Mellow this, Mellow that. You just give it to Mellow. And just
his Denver days, I miss him.
Yeah, dude. Even with the Knicks early on, bro. When it was him, Amari, Chauncey, yo, that was a nice little.
Oh yeah, no. Like Mellow, I think is like some of the. Like when I look at Mellow, right? I look at him and I'm just like, yo, a waste of pure talent.
Wait, why'd you say waste though?
I say I don't want to like bash on Mellow, right? I say a waste because like, yo, Mellow just as like a pure scorer, right? Was probably the you know what I mean?
Dirty.
His draft class the best, right? But if you look at Mellow, like look at LeBron physically, right? And then look at Mellow physically, right? And how they've progressed, right? Because LeBron, takes care of his body, is about his
Oh, Bronny just dunked for the first time.
Yeah,
that shit was hard.
13,
Oh, today?
He's only 13 too. That's wild.
Yo, that's wild.
Hey, who's that one dude we graduated with who plays at Minnesota right now? We went to middle school with him.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he's playing basketball right there. Basketball at the University of Minnesota right now.
I have no idea.
Jameer.
Oh, really?
Jameer, yeah. I remember, bro. He was dunking like at 13. That shit was wild.
Imagine being able to dunk.
Yeah, I remember. Yo, we would just be like, we'd be in gym, we'd be like, hey, yo, Jameer, just dunk, bro.
Yo,
crazy.
speaking of,
like Carl Towns is dunking like.
Yo, speaking of, yo, remember what you said like that first podcast, about how like, yo, as like our kids or our kids, right? Exactly. We're gonna have a lot more athletes. Yeah. Did anybody catch the? Do you guys know who Ibtihaj Muhammad is?
No.
Yo, Ibtihaj Muhammad. Oh, for the viewers, right? Definitely catch the interview on Hot 97 that she did with Ebro. Ibtihaj Muhammad is the hijabi wearing.
Oh, rapper.
No, hijabi wearing.
Fencer. Oh yeah.
The Olympic, she's the Olympic medalist. Yeah, she won bronze, right? Yo, just listening to her talk, right? I was like, damn, like the advantages of having like parents like who like kind of like grew up here, right? Because her parents are like converts, right? And like she like went through stuff in like growing up, but I'm just like, wow, like she's so polished, she's intelligent, right? Supreme athlete, right? And like I'm just like, wow, like that's like the advantage of like when your parents kind of like push you towards that like realm. She's doing big things though. Like she's doing a.
They probably understood though, like what comes with being like a fencer. Like in terms of like, it's still like a sport of prestige in a way.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But like she made it to the highest level,
Yeah.
right? Yo, she's doing big things though. She has a collaboration with Barbie. They're getting the first like hijabi like Barbie made, which I was like, yo, that's dope. Apparently Barbie's like trying to like enter that space with like Zendaya, like all of that, right? But she's gonna be the first hijabi like Barbie, or they're working to make that. But definitely catch out like her interview, like to everybody who's like listening. Her interview is amazing. Like it just seems like really intelligent.
Yeah.
And there's a couple times where like Peter Rosenberg and like Ebro, like Peter Rosenberg more so says some like stupid shit, right? And she like handled it really well. Like she just like kind of like
Hey,
you know
people
what I mean?
hate on Rosenberg a lot. I love Rosenberg.
I do too.
I really.
I
love
100% love Rosenberg.
People
but
hate on him so much. He does say some like dumb stuff from time to time, but 100%.
I think
he does hip hop justice.
I think he comes from a good place of like
more
loving
so than
hip hop.
Ebro. I love him way more than Ebro. I really don't like Ebro that much.
I think Ebro's just like sounds corporate.
Yeah,
which is
no,
why
Ebro is all about the money. Like
I kind of
he's more about the money than the culture.
that's why I respect
Yeah.
Ebro. I'm just like, yo, Ebro is a absolute capitalist.
I think behind closed doors he's all about culture, but when the mic is on, bro,
yes,
it's business,
exactly
business only.
Damn. What else did we want to? Priyanka Chopra got engaged.
Yeah.
Oh,
Priyanka Chopra to
Hey,
Nick
you were
Jonas.
saying you had some thoughts on this.
I had some thoughts.
Yeah.
First of all, I guess like congrats to like Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas. Damn, the face you made, bro.
Bro, you just say congrats. I'm like, hey, like they're not gonna hear this, bro. Like,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hey, we'll speak into
I'm
existence.
speaking into
All right,
existence.
Priyanka, hey.
Priyanka, if you're
Much
listening,
love. Much love.
much love, yo.
Also Nick, but more so Priyanka.
No, definitely Nick, yo.
More so Priyanka.
All right, so like I want to hear your thoughts before I tell you my, like, what do you guys think?
Should I start?
Go for it.
I think you.
I just thought it was too soon. That's all. Cause it was like 2 months of dating.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for me, I really don't care, bro. Just as long as they're enjoying it.
What do you guys think is a good amount of time? Like just opinions.
Oh, that's tough.
Before marrying someone?
Yeah, until you really know that person.
I say 2 years minimum.
That is wild, bro.
I would say if you're living with someone, it's easier to make that determination.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, yo, even if you're dating somebody for 2 years, you don't really like kind of grasp who they are until you like live with them.
Yeah.
Can you accept their habits? Can you accept when they take a shit and come out, right? Like, do you still love them like that, right?
Hey,
Like,
who was it? Miss Perry? Miss Perry was using the bathroom and then her husband proposed to her like that?
wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wait,
what?
Yeah,
what?
that's what she
No,
told
no,
me.
that's
What?
wait. I never heard this story. So you gotta
what?
wait.
I think she was like using the bathroom. Could have been whatever, but yeah. And then she got out and my dude was just there.
Yo, that's weird.
He's ready to just
Yeah.
propose. But no, that's nice, yo. Like he woke up and he's like, I'm proposing to her right now. Like
That's
not-
kind of wild.
It is.
Alright, well, but anyway. Yo, that is crazy. Like, imagine like going into the
taking
bathroom
shit.
while, like, you know how like people like record their like proposals,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you're trying to record it, be cute,
Hey,
and your girl's just taking a
big
shit.
shout out to my cousin Sunket. He's engaged right now. Shout out Stephanie. Love both of y'all. Big shout out to Mrs. Brother Saman.
Oh,
Also
word.
engaged. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, back to Nick Jonas and Priyanka. Like outside of the time thing, what do you guys think? Like,
Hey, honestly, it's fine.
all right, I'm gonna give you guys like the public opinion.
So I know a lot of people are mad about it. I think just because it's interracial, like people are just they feel some type of way
I
about
don't really
it.
care about that.
So
Yeah,
so I'm gonna propose the public arguments that I've seen,
Yeah.
right? And then you guys give me your thoughts, cause
No.
all right. Kunj is way too politically correct. I'm gonna fight Kunj. I'm 100% net Kunj. So the argument stems from I've seen people in all the comment sections half saying, "Yo, like Nick could have done better," half saying Priyanka Chopra should have stayed within the brown community. It sends a bad message because she like had to go date a white guy rather than marry like a brown dude, right? Nick Jonas got more flack for like the flack on Nick Jonas' side was more so like, oh wow, like I told you, right? Like, oh wow, Priyanka Chopra, that's one hell of a name, right? Like for some random ignorant people, right? Like I've heard some
That's just
names.
like dumb though.
I've heard
That's
some
just-
names
that's
in my
just
day,
dumb,
but
bro.
Priyanka Chopra is the heart. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, man.
I was like, if Priyanka Chopra is complicated and hard for you to say, you should probably go back to school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but on Priyanka Chopra's side, I was also kind of upset because I was like, I saw a lot of people in the brown community kind of like bashing her.
Or they're like, oh, like because you're not, staying with the brown guy.
You're not staying with the brown guy, right? And I'm just like, realistically, like, I mean, this doesn't happen in just like brown communities. It happens in every other community and any interracial space, right? And I'm just like, that's a whole new discussion, like, of like interracial marriage. But I'm just like, yo, like, you guys care way too much, right? Like, she's not your daughter. Like, she doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, and if anything, like, look at it on the positive side, right? She's obviously broken into like mainstream U.S. media, but this is on a whole new level, right? She's marrying somebody who's been around U.S. mainstream culture for years now, right? Yeah. Like Nick Jonas is a national icon, right? Like the Jonas Brothers, people know them. But like I'm just saying, it's like a good progressive, you know what I mean, movement.
But yeah, she's definitely broken into the.
Oh, she's definitely she's definitely mainstream now. And as for like the time thing, like that's another thing. Like, do we actually know that they've only been dating for 2 months?
Yeah,
they're doing it off the Met Gala.
That was a valid point that you made, and that's why, like, to me, it really doesn't.
Yeah, because like the 2 months is from the Met Gala date where they came out as a couple, right? But who's to say that they haven't been dating for a while?
Like 8 years ago, I would have never seen this coming.
Oh no,
like
that's kind of
so wild. No,
dude,
she wasn't even in Hollywood.
Dude, 8 years ago, Nick Jonas was underage. Yeah, like
wait, how old is he?
25.
Yeah, something like that.
So 8 years ago, he was. 17. She would have gotten a charge.
Yeah. That's wild. She's like with 30 something.
Tekashi.
Nah, yo, the way Tekashi explained, I don't even want to talk back at Tekashi, but well, anyway, shout out to Priyanka Chopra, I guess, and Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Yo, so after this weekend, I had a question that I decided I was gonna ask you guys this morning, right?
I'm not going to.
No, it's not about like it's just a general question. I'm asking for a friend, bro.
Okay.
If you see your man's wilding out, right?
Okay, so alright, I thought you were gonna ask something else.
No. If you see your man's wilding out, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell his actions are bothering the other group of people you're out with, right? That you're not really friends with, but you know, but he's your man's, right? When do y'all want me to stop, y'all?
When do you... so this is not based off of anything.
No. I'm just saying in general.
So you're saying
and like, for future
like
reference,
just acting belligerent, right?
Belligerent, but in an annoying way.
Yeah, you just let him know.
Yeah.
Do you guys want us? This is future reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just like hey,
let him know. Yeah.
Just, you know, keep it down a little bit. I said that just like Suvin a good amount.
Yeah.
Suvin has been saying some ignorant stuff this summer.
Not saying so yo.
So hey, for people watching, bro, Suvin this summer, anytime like. He never uses discretion in public when we're talking about like very like sensitive matters, involving cuss words, involving sexual
race,
content, anything.
Right? Suvin will yell it out.
But then there's like it's like the world just like everything just like goes silent, and then my man just says like the most ignorant thing out loud, and then like it just
You know how like people have like awkward silences, and back in the day people were like. Oh, like this baby was born, right?
Yeah.
Like an awkward moment of silence, right? Suvin does that, but with the most absurd takes. Like, yo, who do you think would win in a fight? Mellow,
there was something
50 Cent.
I never said that's Floyd.
No, there was the same shit.
Floyd. No, but there was something about something at Fairyville that we did that was super. Also, yo,
it was about X's thing.
Yeah, that was super loud.
That's fine.
Anyway, I bring this up to say because yesterday. Suvin was awesome. Suvin literally, like, we were all sitting, like, having brunch, right? And Suvin just, for whatever reason, just brings his chair, like, super close to, like, me.
Oh, I saw that.
Super close to me and Kirti, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get out of the shade.
And, and Kirti gives him a look, right? And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, our elbows are super close now, bro. Like, get away from me.
Nah, it was the sun,
Yo, but you did it in the most absurd way.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, yo, Suvin, just suck up the sun, bro. Like... Anyway, for future reference, I will stop you guys now. Anyway, moving on. Suvin's had some interesting moments.
Yeah.
Oh, so we asked Suvin how to speak Tamil?
No.
Sinhala, right? And Suvin
pronounce it.
Sinhala, right? So we asked Suvin to say something in Sinhala, right? And then Suvin points at that water. He's all like. What did he say? He's like,
Watara,
right? And I was like, yo, Suvin.
That might actually just be.
I know. I was like,
that's actually
but in the moment, I was like, yo, Suvin just definitely made up this language.
Yeah,
he's like,
Watara,
book bag, Kunja, Fonra. I was like, yo, this is the most made up.
Nah, it's not made up.
Damn. What else? Yo, did you guys see the Pakistan election?
Yeah.
Imran Khan got elected, right? Yo, there was a lot of like So at first I was like confused as to like the backlash, right?
Yeah.
Because like I thought it was like a popular thing. I think in like Western communities it's a lot more popular because he's just a popular figure.
Yeah.
But I think within Pakistan there's like a lot of like
I think
backlash on that.
I mean,
decision.
100%. I'm not well educated on this.
Yeah,
This particular thing, but I mean, it seems like a lot of people are just questioning his relationship with the Taliban. I think that's like the big thing, or like they feel like he's gonna be kind of used.
No, yeah, I think people thought he was like a weak figure, right? So like that, from what I've understand and read, is that the Pakistan government is essentially run by the military, right? On a very like like realistic level, right? And they think that because of his relationship there, right, and he's a softer political figure or softer quote unquote, right, that the military will now have extra like leg room to do whatever the fuck they want, right? But I thought that was the backlash. I'm still, like out of like no minimal interest to Pakistani like government, right? I still have somewhat of an interest just because it is our greater region,
exactly.
right? I'm hopeful, right? Hopefully this will spark change and the doubters will be proved wrong, but we'll see. Like I thought it was like cool because his background, like cricket player and all of that,
hey,
right?
I never got to ask you. Also, like a sensitive topic. What are your thoughts on the whole Rohingya migrant situation and everything that was happening there?
I'm always for like people just looking out for like other people, right? I think like on a real like.
Dude, that whole area, like Southeast Asia, like it's so culturally diverse. It's unbelievable. Like from Bangladesh, like Thailand, Cambodia. Like
so like that brings the point of like, yo, if you look for differences in people, you'll always find it, right?
Yeah.
But like in that area where you are culturally diverse, but there's more similarities than there are differences, right?
Yeah.
Like you have more in common in that region than you do like in the U.S., let's say, right? So like why go against? You know what I mean? Like it's stupid and. Not to get into this like whole discussion because like
but yo
it's like
I always thought like one of the most beautiful things is, I think especially for Muslims like the whole Islam has spread so far, right, in terms of like where it's reached. There's so many diverse like individuals within the religion and you get to experience the same religion with somebody who lived a completely different life than you and it's nice meeting like for example people from Guyana or from
that's why I thought Ibtihaj Muhammad's like story was really cool, like just even like she was even talking about like the racism within converts of Islam, right? Like people looked at her different because she was a convert rather than you know what I mean? Like that's a whole different thing. But not a good segue, but I think we should talk about it. It was like a big news story this week. The Demi Lavado like overdose.
OD.
So you guys' thoughts? I have a couple of things that like. I mean, like prayers to like Demi Lavado, right? But like, so I saw like a tweet, right, talking about like how Demi Lavado got like a lot of like sympathy, right? Like obviously, right? Like people should be empathetic to her situation, right? But this person on Twitter, like I have no idea who it is, right? Pointed out that. When Lamar Odom was in a very similar situation, I was just about to say that. Yeah, when Lamar Odom was in a very similar situation, like people looked at him crazy, like, "Yo, you're a crackhead."
They clowned
him, right? You're a crackhead, right? And
because we're talking about because he was in that shooting incident.
Yeah, but like he just came up in conversation, I guess. In the
underrated tweet of the year, his 30-30 is gonna be amazing,
His 30-30.
His 30-30.
Demi Oh yeah.
That one tweet.
Yo, Lamar Odom's 30 for 30 is going to be insane.
Honestly, I love Lamar Odom.
I do too.
One of my favorite basketball players.
Yeah. But yo, that 30 for 30 cannot be shown on television.
No,
like I'm gonna like
help us win 2 rings.
That's gonna have a straight up rated R themed thing. But anyway, my point being like it's crazy how to like to see how like who your marketing and how you're framed leads to the public perception of you and the sympathy towards you.
Exactly.
But something else I wanted to talk
about. It's more like an
about.
idea of like for Demi, people like like we as a society need to protect her versus Lamar is like like he's good on his own and that he can protect himself.
But why?
No, that's just the way it is. It's
is it age? Do you think?
Age, race. I think race. Also
race is definitely a factor. Yeah.
I think that happens with a lot of black people, bro. They expect. See, number one is I feel like this is one of the big things that was talked about too, like after the whole Trayvon thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like young African American men, right? They look older than their age. That's what you usually say, and thus people just
try to
intimidated by the fact that
Yeah.
And the same thing, like they just think like you should be able to handle yourself like that, but they don't understand that there's other situations or other
Agreed.
factors that go into it behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
somebody that is like that's had maybe like we can easily say I don't know
Sheltered background.
I
Demi Lavado grew up in.
Okay.
She was in Barney, bro.
Okay, I just assumed that.
She was in Barney.
But like you would think that she's the one that should have less sympathy just because she's been.
You don't think she got hard playing,
I think
playing Barney?
That's also another thing though, that we shouldn't
Judge.
just because somebody is also
Oh,
has that
definitely.
background that we shouldn't just say like discount the fact that they're going through those.
Oh,
kind of
100%.
Because we all go through the same thing.
Well, yeah, we all go through different situations. But another point off the same story was that like, yo, the people that were with her need to be found, and they like Demi needs to cut off all of them.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened.
So like she was out with she was partying with friends, right? And these quote unquote friends,
she
right?
OD'd on it was like Oxy and.
Oh, I have no
Coke.
idea. Is that the actual thing?
So.
Because originally
No,
they said heroin.
It wasn't heroin though.
Yeah, no, I know they
it was
retracted
like,
that.
Like it was
like
Oxy.
coke and stuff. Okay.
It was Oxy and
Coke. Okay.
But she's done coke before, so.
Yeah. No, she has the addiction to coke.
That's the upper
But
one.
so she was out with these friends, right, partying at her house or wherever, right, and they were all doing these drugs. She overdosed. These fuck shit friends call the cops, right? Thank God they called the cops, but then they just leave her.
Oh, because the cops were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm just like, yo, that's apparently your friend, right? She's probably paying for that entire experience, right? Let's be real, right? These are probably people who are less wealthy than her. She's definitely paying for this entire experience. These are quote unquote friends. Yeah, you call the cops and you think that washes the blood off your hands. But in the 15 minutes before you left and the cops came, what if she died? Right?
Yeah.
And there's no excuse because all these Good Samaritan laws and all that, nobody gives a fuck that you were on the drugs. That shit got me so twisted. I was like, are you serious? I didn't know that originally when I read the story. And then, hearing more details coming out, I was like, yo. And that's a recurring theme, right? As you rise in fame, right? It becomes harder and harder to figure out who is actually your friend.
Yep.
People listening, as you grow older and grow wealthier, right? People are going to start, trying to shake your hand that were never there to dap you up earlier.
Keep the circle small.
Yeah. And it's applicable to, I think, not just, famous people.
See, I've always had this, so I've always thought about that thing, right? So, at the same time, so, just because, so number one, not everyone is just out to,
No,
to
no,
just share,
no.
some people just want to
100%.
just share their love,
Yes.
Number one, I appreciate where you came from, and I just appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm not
100%.
trying, but people should also let the person know that. I'm not trying to do all that, but I just want to let you know that I appreciate you for this, that.
Yeah.
And it's not always just you don't have to be so cynical and just say that it's always a money grab. People are just trying to
No. But you could tell.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing: if I knew you before I was rich, right, or before I was famous, and then then you treated me like shit. But then I started to get money, and then you started to treat me better. Then I know what you're here for, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as you appreciating me. If I never knew you, and then I had wealth, and right, that's not your fault. You didn't know me before the wealth, right?
Yeah.
It's just situation, right? And then you're just out to be yo, I appreciate what you did, right? Then it's a different story. But if you're Kayne because of that money after I had already known you for a period of time, you're fake.
See the big thing here is what people should always. This is something just to tuck away, a little rule. It's not about. It doesn't matter who's there, right? Do they elevate with you? Do they elevate?
100%.
That's what it's all about. That. Do they
100%. And I think it's applicable to everybody who's watching this, anybody who's in college, right?
Yeah.
We've experienced this, right? We've gone to people, high school with people, right? That probably not. I think it's less applicable to us, right? But we've seen it, right? People who look down upon people in high school, and then when those people in high school started to become more poppin', quote unquote, right? And those people who peaked during high school didn't have shit after, and they started being yo, we're good, right? You've been best friends. No, get the fuck out of my face. Don't ask me. I get it. We went to the same school, but we weren't boys, right? If you want to make that connection now, yeah, that's fine. But don't do it because of an incentive.
No, exactly. But you also need to, that's the thing that my mom always taught me. You gotta know how to just, figure it out. You gotta be, know how to read people and understand where are they coming from.
Yeah.
And don't be, you don't need to come crazy you weren't there with me. but just
Yeah, definitely.
See, it's all about political correctness.
It is political.
Yeah,
You're so politically correct.
I know, bro.
I'm mad as fuck.
I know, bro.
Yeah, but damn, what else do we want to talk about? Yo, did you guys see Rihanna Blonde?
I didn't. I want to see that though.
You should definitely see that
definitely
now.
see that.
How have you not seen that?
I'm wondering that.
Yo, every time I see Rihanna, I'm just like, wow, wow. Anyway, this is such an irrelevant story, but it's still relevant because it's Riri. Rihanna went blonde. Nah, look at the recent one, like from this week. No. Just like click one of these. Yeah. Anyway, Rihanna's beautiful. That was the point of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Like,
Nope, my phone just died. So.
all right, thank
There's
you.
that.
You're 1% for
Yeah,
2
yeah,
hours.
No, dude, it's been on 1% since I was on FaceTime with my dad.
That's wild because that was
Yeah.
like 3 hours
And
ago.
it was on Bluetooth too.
And
It
you were
still
FaceTiming and Bluetooth.
He was big mad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was big
No,
mad about
he's
the
chill.
Tekashi jump, right? Yeah. Yo, Kunj's dad was about to come out with the gat on Tekashi's people, yeah.
So we got break them. It's like on some good stuff.
Yo, something else. Oh, this got me so mad. And did you guys see that from Jersey? Being from Jersey?
What?
The Turban Man?
No.
Nah.
Yo.
Nah.
So there we have I don't know what senator he's or where he represents, right? But he's a senator who wears a turban.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
He's a
From Jersey
senator.
City, though, right?
Huh?
I don't know if he's a senator. He might be a state legislator.
No. He's like a senator, a congressman, something. He wears like a turban, right?
Yeah.
And like I feel bad because I don't know his name. We should learn that. But this radio station in Jersey is like talking about it, right? Obviously, like white radio host, right? And the whole time they keep calling him Turban Man. Right? Like, I get it, like, we don't know his name, right?
Yeah.
But you are a journalist.
They should know, yeah.
And not only that, he said...
But, like, if they're using it in, like, a mocking way.
No, they were. Because you could tell later on in the same, like, segment, they're like, if you want people to learn your name, like don't wear the turban, right? Like, I was like, you can't remember his name because he wears a turban? That was... Anyway, long story short, these two people got fired. Thank God for that, right? But I was mad because I was like, this is in Jersey. Like, where we think it's, pretty, like, I
mean, that also Central Jersey is a different game.
No, it's definitely
North
different.
Jersey,
Yeah.
South Jersey.
Yeah, no. You go to South Jersey, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
If you go to real Northwest Jersey,
yeah.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
No,
Northwest Jersey.
Yeah, Northwest Jersey.
I mean, it's
Northwest Jersey is
It's
essentially
very different.
Kansas.
Yeah.
like,
For real?
yeah.
It's like Pennsylvania, basically.
Yeah, people go into the mountains and shit, and they start fires.
It's more rural.
I've heard bad stuff about South.
I mean, South is, I think, a little bit more.
I think Southwest, honestly, like near Philly and stuff.
Probably
that's
the same
fun.
thing, yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
a rich
crime,
area.
yeah.
But also, I think more towards Southeast. That's like along the shore.
Yeah.
It's just there's not a lot of people of color there.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yo, what do you define as dating?
What do I define as dating? Nice segue, number one. Number two, dating to me is
like if somebody says like, "Yo, I'm dating now," right?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, what is that person doing?
So you guys have both come to the conclusion that you feel you got
No, not we're dating, right? Pause. Like I'm dating. I'm actively dating.
Oh, that you're just on the market and just trying to.
I'm dating.
Just trying to finesse with multiple different things.
All right. So the reason.
So you're about to ask about the two.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if you remember this from yesterday.
He probably doesn't.
Probably not.
All right.
We'll see.
It's been a long weekend, guys. So if a guy, this is for the audience too, chime in, right? If a guy schedules a date, right? He's not exclusive. He schedules a first date with a girl on a Thursday, right? And he schedules another first date on a Friday, right? Is there anything wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's dating.
Because at the end of the day, all right. So that's the confusion. You say dating, right? But what he's doing is going on a date. He's going on two first dates, which is usually what that means is he's just gonna go and talk to her over some coffee. Like you're just getting to know.
I think
someone.
the adult version of dating is that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's not as much emotional input as people think there is.
Yeah.
It's
it's a first date.
You're just
I'm just getting to know you.
Learn the stories, like just simple stuff, right?
Girl, I barely know you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know your name. I know your school. That's about it.
Yep.
Like, I can't believe girls actually got mad. The reason I bring this up is girls get mad. Not about me, just general life stuff.
Yep.
And you know what? You know, got me really messed up. You know what really like fucked up Instagram? Finstagrams.
Oh, Finsta.
Yo, Finstagrams are the worst things that
I honestly
happen.
really love Finsta.
What?
I love Finstas. Hey, no, if they're used properly.
If they're used properly.
Hey, Wafik, first of all, shout out Wafik. I love his Finsta. That is the greatest use of a Finsta.
Yo, you're snitching right now.
That's fine.
You showed me the
Johnny,
thing.
I love her Finsta. Ponky, also good. Maybe I shouldn't be putting all this Finsta.
Yeah.
But like it's like fun, right? Like number one, I definitely want one, but I just
It
feel
is,
like,
but what it does is
it get on it.
So no, that's the problem right there.
But
right?
people like, but I'm talking about like people that are just clowning. You know, people that are just trying to like have fun with they're just like trying to show.
No, that's fine.
Friends.
But then it becomes like a toxic thing. I know so many like girls dash guys, right? A lot more girls.
I'll be honest. That's kind of why I don't want to make my own Finsta.
Yeah,
I think it's also bad. But like,
it's fine.
But like, I should.
Toxic masculinity.
It would be
toxic
so,
masculinity.
You're right.
No, but girls just use that shit to rant, and like just clown dudes, right? They just screenshot their group chat with guys, right? Or no, their chat with guys and share it with their girls. But rather than share it privately, like okay, like I'm sure girls will just share it privately, right? And guys do that too. We share like like this girl said this to me. You're putting it on a public platform, and I don't care if you're private. Anybody can still follow that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're vetting the people that you're letting follow, right? So you're basically clowning these dudes for trying to like spit game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, yo, this is why you guys get shitty game now because we guys know that like you're just gonna clown them. Like, okay, then I'm no longer approaching you. And then these girls have the audacity to complain, be like, why is nobody texting me? Yeah, I went on a bad ass rant right there. I was just mad about the situation. I was like, damn. Like,
I would say the particular situation that we are referring to was very bad. It was like the worst extreme of this example, I think. But at the same time, I can see it could easily be flipped all the way around.
It could. Anyway,
but yeah.
We're not snitching.
Yeah.
We're not snitching.
I pretty much have already snitched. I've laid out, I think.
You have 100% snitched.
I've given out all the clues. And if you're watching, I want y'all both to hit me up. Both of you.
Kunj's Instagram is KVS.
KVYAS1922.
Damn, Kunj is literally just like opening up his DMs for slides.
I'm letting y'all know.
Hey, what's the 1922?
Yo, 1922, my two lucky numbers. You even said, how old is Tekashi? He's 19. Then you said 22. 1922. My two lucky numbers. But just know this.
That's crazy. My lucky number, or my family's lucky number is 19 too.
19. It's a beautiful number.
We came to the US on the 19th. My sister was born on the 19th.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure my mom's citizenship came in on the 19th. Yeah, it was like weird. It's like a weird recurring thing.
Hey. I was born October 19th, 1997, right? I lived at 19 Parkside Drive currently. 08902. If you add it all up, that's 19. My old house in Bushwood Court, that was, if you add up all the numbers, 19. My place in Detroit, add up all the numbers, 19.
Illuminati confirmed.
That's what I'm saying.
Illuminati confirmed.
You know how like they give you a number like in elementary school, the like 19 or 22 were always my numbers.
Illuminati confirmed.
Hey, done.
Illuminati
shout
confirmed.
out to anyone that was born on the 19th.
Illuminati confirmed.
Done.
Also
shout out October.
Shout out to October, OVO. Anything else that we're missing for the week? Anything else important happen?
No.
Nothing else important happened? Boom Gang got shot.
Yeah. Oh.
I know. Suvin's face just lit up, bro.
What do y'all think? You think he needs help? I personally feel bad.
Help about? Yo, I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, how do you not know?
Yo, nobody cares.
Hey, first of all, I'll say as a you remember the guy? Put him in a coffin. I liked him better.
Who?
Put him in a coffin.
Was he another YouTube personality?
Yeah, not like Vine.
Vine, okay.
Yeah, like ignorant personality.
Okay, yeah.
Put him in a coffin.
Yeah, these people are just like hot flashes.
Yeah,
like
put him in a coffin.
Disappear after a while. Word. Do we have sleepers?
Sleepers down.
Oh yeah.
Suvin, open that up. If you're watching this,
I want y'all to know, number one, that it's 11:11, so make a wish. Number two, I have homework due in 49 minutes, but prosper.
11:14.
Yeah, do yours
Is it
first.
really?
Mine?
Yeah. Wait, you got to turn on the thing first.
Oh yeah.
Word. We're probably not gonna have a podcast next week. We will be back the week after. Next week, Kunj is out of town. So yeah. Word.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We might have a podcast next week.
Hey. What do you guys feel about Columbus though? Before we get to the music, what do you guys think about Columbus? I know like.
Oh yeah, so like actually, this is actually like Suvin's like potentially last podcast, right?
Yeah.
So Suvin, thank you. It's been a wild summer,
it's
right?
been a great summer.
It has been a wild
Who knew
summer.
that in summer
Yeah,
of
all of us
2018
would be
we'd all be
In Columbus,
Hey,
word.
people back home, it's not like it's a city. Columbus
city.
is literally a big city. You know?
Columbus is fun.
It's
But
Not
word.
New York City.
But I'm gonna bank on this not being our last podcast. We will make something happen next
Yeah,
week.
we'll make.
I'm down. Maybe Friday.
Done.
Maybe a Friday podcast.
Yeah,
Let's do it. All right.
All right,
What's your thing? All right. So this is
Stupid sleeper.
FRFR, For Real, by Wiz Khalifa off his new project, Rolling Papers 2. Suvin's playing it because it definitely didn't get enough love on.
Little Skies goes hard.
Yeah, Little Skies is on this too. Definitely didn't go hard enough, so let's play this joint.
Yeah, nigga for real, my niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Roll with the paper, see them lames later. Can't save her, her nigga stepped out, now she saying what she really think. Rolling up pounds a day, open accounts no matter where we at. Smoking there and back, eyes barely open, I never smoking. Hit her once and she choked 2 Ks, that means it's potent. Can't overdose, but my strain explosive. Train to go, my chain to glow. Everything you see I paid for. Gang or crow. Nigga for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real.
I'm mad we missed
My
this,
diamonds
yeah.
are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Nigga for real.
I'm shining ear to ear.
Real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear.
I'm shining from ear to ear. Stand my ground, I ain't showing no fear. I done came up like the top of the stairs. These niggas hate cause they cannot compare. Aw shit, I'm in the crowd with the mosh pit. I hit the stage and it show tits. I'm in the game, I can't forfeit. Honestly, I'ma make more hits. Hop in the coupe and I swerve in the latest. She gave me top because I am the greatest. I stay the same and they came out of changes. You wanna know
flows
when it's time to
hard.
be famous. Rolling up weed in public. Skies me all of that fuck shit. I'm ballin' bitch like I got buckets. And they hate cause we stunt like nothing. Bitch.
Nigga for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Nigga for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Yeah. I'm about to bag for real. I'm about to cash for real. Shorty got ass for real. If it's no maxes for real, I want that gas for real. My niggas trap for real. Running again, you speak of me, put big homie in front of my name. For every one of you lames, y'all ain't original niggas, they all sound the same. I stay ballin', money like a faucet. It stay running, I can't call it. Got the bug, I think they caught it. I'm with bosses. Nigga for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Nigga for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear.
Yeah, Suvin, stop it. That was For Real
Yeah,
by Wiz Khalifa off Rolling Papers 2 featuring Lil Skies. Yo, that Lil Skies' part was actually hard.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Like, I don't think I've ever heard a song by
this
him.
one, Wayne's
Yo,
World
do the
is
other
good.
one.
Hey, hold on. Before I want to preface it before we.
Yeah. Go, you got it.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, so my sleepers this week. Number one, we can't. I can only play one song though, right?
Yeah.
But gotta put y'all on to Jalian. We fuck, but it's spelled FCUK. We fuck. Hard song, dope summer vibes, really dope. This,
All right,
however,
Get
is
to your sleeper, bro.
this is Alan Kingdom though. This is the guy that did the chorus on All Day. And he's from Minneapolis. A lot of dope music, a lot of dope mixtapes.
Don't play it yet, Suvin.
Also, big shout out to Akil Yer.
Alright.
Yeah.
This is The Ride by Alan Kingdom off his project Northern Lights.
Hey, we playing the clean.
Yeah,
version.
no, what?
Like, nah,
Bro,
nah,
what?
I'm playing.
He said, are we playing the clean version? Let's go. This is The Ride, Alan Kingdom.
Gone. You could throw the first stone if you couldn't do what you vowed to, cause you didn't know what you were supposed to. Promise. I found that the innocent never be conscious. Their innocence don't even know if it's in the morning now, but they don't. Yeah, I don't get it. So silly. Renting to you cause you're in my room though. Just because you fire up my hormones. I'll be talking to you as if you'll know. Here's a comedy. Cold minutes when I'm spitting out my thoughts cause you're cute though. I need some new bros, but I got more ladies. Am I crazy? They told me drive slow, but ain't nobody saying hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I was whispering just stay you change too. Yeah, they told me drive slow, but ain't nobody saying hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I was whispering just stay you change too. You gotta change too. Where you looking for this new cat? Winning some awards with a new laugh, but I'm still a boy that you knew I changed. People do not confuse that. Kinda made you feel like a student. I know, I was on the grind though, but you knew that. I look familiar, but you think who's that? Look into my eyes, see survival. A different guy though, nowhere to confide though, but a brand new swag. Everyone who knew me knew I can't do that. I need some new quotes, but the game it raised me. Am I crazy? They told me drive slow, but ain't nobody say hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I whispering just stay you change too. Yeah, they told me drive slow, but ain't nobody say hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I whispering just stay you change too. You gotta change too. But I'm still inside. It's time to rest. But I'm still inside. I said I done. But I'm still inside. I said I'm direct.
I can't believe Tekashi jumped you, bro.
But I'm still so sad.
Slide into Kunj's DMs if you want to know how Tekashi jumped him.
Especially for the feminine gender. But it's alright.
Hey, what do you think of his music though, Tekashi, at this moment?
We've talked about it. We've had, FEFE, I think, is a song.
They told me drive slow, but ain't nobody say hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I whispering just stay you change too. Yeah, they told me drive slow, but ain't nobody say hold me fly low. So now I'm about to take you high as ever. I whispering just stay you change too. You gotta change too.
Alright, pause that. That was The Ride by Alan Kingdom off his project Northern Lights. Give him a listen. Ooh, let me preface my sleeper. Alright. I think I've only heard this song once, right? But it sounded like a vibe, so I don't even know if this is good or bad. If it's bad, don't hate me for this. But the reason I wanted to play this as my sleeper was that, so this is Novocaine by Rahman, Urbn Khan, as we all know him. My boy went to school with us, all of that.
Wait, this is Urbn?
Yeah, this is my boy Urbn. So anyway, this is Novocaine by Rahman. Give it a listen. Let's see if it's good. We'll see.
Yeah, why'd you have to preface it like that, bro?
No, I don't know.
Just assume,
I don't
bro.
know.
Hey.
I'm assuming it's good. That's why I'm playing
always
it.
give benefit of the doubt.
I am 100% saying it is good. That's why I played it. Novocaine by Rahman.
I can hear the sirens.
Oh, wow.
I've lost the colors in my iris. I let your body break the silence. Yeah. But there's no point in trying to hide it.
How do you spell Novocaine?
I want that
Not like that.
gasoline
So is that cocaine?
that's
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder what this poison
Ooh, let me turn this up. That voice came in like hard.
So much that love for you. You got something else inside, but you gon' keep me alive. Cause you gon' use me till I die. But baby, I'd rather die. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine. Take the drugs, ease my pain, make me numb like Novocaine.
I had no idea his voice was this good, man. His music's really evolved. Yeah. Like it wasn't like it's something different. What? I have no idea.
So I'm kind of in the dark right now. So I'm kind of in the sauce right now.
Damn.
Let that ride out. Whew. Well, I bodied the sleeper game this week.
Yeah.
Like I bodied the sleeper game, but yo.
See next week. Psych now.
What the?
Hey, shout out BDC. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, bro, your sperm was taken from a lab and you just
Yo,
sprayed him,
fuck
bro.
you.
Suvin is a
Yo.
mix of BDC and Tekashi sperm in a like
Inseminated in
Bad Bobby.
Bad Bobby?
That's Catch Me
Hell
Outside
no.
girl.
Bad
Oh, that's her
Bobby.
name?
Yeah, Bad Bobby.
No.
Okay. Alright.
Anyway, that was
Little
way to fucking ruin my
hey,
drop
hey,
for
hey,
this.
alright,
Alright.
Hey.
Novocaine by Rahman. That shit was
Urbn, bro. Shout
absolutely
out to you,
fire,
bro.
yo.
Shout out Urbn.
No, that was
Dope
heat.
voice, yeah,
that was heat. Like I heard it like once, like
Also,
through, like a
really dope
snippet.
production.
Yeah, I don't know who
Hey,
produced this.
See, we're just talking about this. Hey, I'm down to see you blow up, bro, and then I'm gonna come after you, and I'm like, hey, let me get some money, bro. Hey, pay my bills. You know what I'm saying?
You ever pay my bill? Nah, but that was
Hey.
super hard.
Hey, we wish
Yo,
you the best,
everybody
bro.
give it a listen. Novocaine by Rahman. He killed it. I killed the sleeper game, and we out.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
y'all, boys.
Howdy.
We will catch y'all later.
Hey, God bless us. God bless Ohio.
God bless Ohio. God bless.
Jersey.
God bless Jersey.
902.
Alright, bro.
Yeah, God bless Urbn. God bless everyone.
God
Yeah.
bless Shaq.
God bless your dad,
everyone.
BDC, bro.
Yeah.
God bless
hey,
your
God bless Shaquille.
God bless
Shaquille.
BDC. Alright,
Yeah,
bro.
we were wild.
Queasy.
Alright, bro.
God
Let's get
bless.
the fuck out of here. We
Yeah.
out.
Alright, done.
Alright.
Deuces.
Steph.
Subscribe.
Gabe.
Subscribe if you're listening. Thank you for joining us today. Pause that shit.
Come
What's
again.
up?